Welcome to the podcast, everyone. We're diving into some heavy geopolitical drama today. Europe, is pretty much panicking with talk of peacekeepers, sanctions, meddling in Moldova, and even a stubborn India not budging.
Oh, wow, that's quite a mix of topics. So, what's the main angle behind all this?
Well, it's like European leaders seem to be losing not only the war on the ground, but also the narrative and, even their own
Yep,
economic footing. They're feeling cornered, and this is pushing them to consider radical steps like deploying peacekeepers.
right. And when you say peacekeepers, are we talking conventional UN style missions or something different?
It's a bit nuanced. These discussions are kind of an emergency pitch to preserve some semblance of control, sort of to offset all the other pressures like sanctions that are stacking up against them. They're almost scrambling for a solution that feels effective.
That makes sense. And what about these sanctions? Who's getting targeted exactly? And why does Europe feel it's a losing battle here?
Sanctions are, well, a double edged sword, really. On one side, Europe pushes them aiming to pressurize adversaries, but on the other side, in this messy environment, they end up, straining their own
Right.
economies. It's like they're caught in a situation where each move has significant repercussions.
So, it's a bit like trying to fix a leaking boat by plugging a different hole, right?
Exactly, exactly. And then there's the issue with Moldova. The narrative suggests that European influencers might be meddling in Moldova's affairs. It's almost like they're trying to direct or even manipulate outcomes to suit their broader strategy, and that's causing quite a bit of friction.
Interesting. So, Moldova becomes a kind of chess piece in this, say, high stakes geopolitical game?
Yep, you could say that. It's like Europe is juggling multiple crises, and each shift, peacekeeper deployments, sanctions, meddling, just adds another layer of complexity to an already tangled
Yeah.
web of conflicts. They're trying to manage a lot simultaneously.
And where does India fit into this picture? It seems a bit out of left field compared to Europe and Moldova.
Yes, India in this whole equation is notably unyielding. While Europe appears to be scrambling, India isn't budging on its positions, which throws a wrench
Right.
into the idea of a unified global pressure strategy.
So it's like Europe's expecting everyone to play by their rules, but India's just saying, no thanks.
Exactly. It's almost as if Europe's whole narrative is undermined by the fact that not everyone's on board. The European leaders, they're aware that their approach isn't resonating universally, and that realization is making them more desperate in their moves.
But I'm a bit curious. Don't you think Europe might be overstating the threat? I mean, is this panic truly reflective of the global balance, or is it more of a strategic posturing?
That's an excellent challenge. Look, some might argue, and rightly so, that the panic is partly self inflicted. Europe's leaders might be trying to project strength on the international stage, while actually internally they're grappling with economic and political headwinds. It's like they are, overplaying their hand.
Yeah. So, you're saying it's almost a crisis of confidence? A sort of external narrative battle that mirrors internal struggles?
Absolutely. The headlines scream panic, yet internally there's a lot of cautious debate. Their response, deploying peacekeepers or stepping up sanctions, seems to be a desperate attempt to regain control and boost their waning influence. It's a bit like trying to regain the upper hand when you're already behind.
And this narrative shift, does it only affect Europe, or does it have broader implications?
Oh, it definitely ripples across the board. For instance, any aggressive sanction regime can lead to retaliatory moves, impacting not just the direct targets, but also allied economies and partners. It's a global
Yeah.
domino effect.
So, essentially, this could be a tipping point where, if Europe keeps on this trajectory, it risks isolating itself even further?
Exactly, it's like they're trying so hard to assert their dominance that they might inadvertently compromise their long term standing. And with players like India holding the line and not bending to Western pressures, the dynamic becomes even more unpredictable. It's a real test of geopolitical flexibility.
So, what do you think might be a more balanced approach for Europe in all this?
I think Europe could benefit from a strategy that isn't so reactionary. Instead of blanket sanctions and overreaching deployments, maybe a more targeted strategic engagement would help. One that recognizes the limits of their influence and focuses on building resilient internal economies.
Yeah,
More of a measured, thoughtful plan rather than a knee jerk reaction.
that makes sense. But isn't there a risk that by scaling back they might, appear weak to their adversaries?
Sure, there's that risk. But strength is not just about aggressive measures, it's also about stability and a long term vision. If Europe can demonstrate through solid policies that they're in control, they might actually neutralize some of this external pressure without overextending themselves. That seems like a smarter play.
And what do you think about the role of media in all of this? The title itself is sensational. Europe Panicking really paints a vivid picture.
Oh, totally. It's a narrative crafted to evoke strong reactions. The media often magnifies these crises to capture attention, and that in turn can accelerate the political responses. When headlines like
Right.
these start trending, it pressures leaders into making hasty decisions.
It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you talk about panic, the more panic you create.
Precisely. And while some of it is real, part of it is amplified to rally domestic support, or conversely, to distract from internal challenges. It's a complex
Yeah.
feedback loop between perception and action.
So, to wrap up, Europe's in a tough spot. They're caught between trying to maintain influence, managing economic stress, and dealing with global players who aren't willing to follow the script.
Exactly, it's a high stakes balancing act. And with India not budging and Moldova caught in the crossfire, Europe's strategy might need a complete rethink. It's really an unfolding drama that could reshape international alliances.
Wow, this really makes you think about how interconnected global politics are. Every decision has so many cascading effects.
Absolutely. It's like a intricate dance where one misstep can lead to a domino effect. And with every move, the stakes are higher
Yeah.
for everyone involved. Can't wait to see how this all evolves in the coming months.
Well, thanks for breaking this down. It's been a fascinating deep dive into these geopolitical dynamics.
My pleasure. Stay tuned and keep questioning. It's these complexities that really keep the global stage interesting.